Giuliano on the track.
Goodfella Radio Hip Hop Series. It's your boy QS interviewing Wiz Khalifa, man.
Okay.
Let's get it poppin'.
So far so good, cause I've been doing things that you wish y'all could. Hopping out of planes, the cushion up problems in my brain, and rosé bottles for the pain.
So you were born in North Dakota, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's you might be the first rapper I've ever heard of being born in North Dakota. But that's not exactly what you rep and reside, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, well, my parents were in the military, so they really had no control over where they made their babies at. But my mom being from Pittsburgh, when she got out of the military, that's where she moved back to. So moving back and forth between my mom and dad, you know, that's where I got the whole Pittsburgh thing from.
Okay. You did a lot of traveling, though, still in those young years. You lived in a lot of different places, overseas also, and everything. I mean, even though Pittsburgh is where you grew up, do you take a lot of things that you've learned from those other areas and kind of imply it into your art?
Not really, I wouldn't say, because I really stuck to myself when I would move those other places. Like anywhere I would go, like I said, like I told you before, I would live there for maybe like a year or 8 months maybe. And the whole time I was there, I'd be trying to get back to Pittsburgh, or, you know, missing Pittsburgh or telling everybody about Pittsburgh. So really, like, my musical influences just come from my parents and how much they listen to music. And, you know, I just applied that to me.
What type of other genres, I guess, besides just hip-hop stuff? That
it wasn't even really a lot of hip-hop. Like, my dad listened to, like, the more, like, early 90s hip-hop, like Big Daddy Kane and, like, Chubb Rock and stuff like that. But, you know, as time went on, he really, he was kind of into it, but I was really more raised on, like, soulful stuff and more, like, rock and pop and just all types of music from, like, the 70s and 80s and, you know, early 90s and stuff like that. So that really helped, you know, build my knowledge about real music other than just hip-hop.
Now, the question that always comes is the tattoos.
Yeah.
People always ask about the tattoos, like, why so many? What do they signify for you? You know what I mean? What does it mean to you?
I always knew I wanted to be tatted up, like, ever since I was real little, you know? So,
you wanted to be tatted up as much as you are right now?
Yeah, I wanted to be covered. Like, I always knew it. But, it's just really, to me, it's a story, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you get one life to live, and, you know, you're young and then you get older, and the only way to really capture that and really tell that story for me all the way is through my ink and through my art. Because when I'm gone, I'm not going to have this skin, I'm not going to have none of this, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to be able to look at me and tell what I've been through. And there's a lot of people who shy away from it, you know what I'm saying? There's people who see me and they're like, oh, man. But there's people who see me and they gravitate straight towards it, too. So I just like the, you know, the being different and looking crazy.
When did you get the first one?
I got my first one when I was 16. 22 now. I had 6 tattoos before I was out of high school, though. Like, so I was in high school with, like, I had my forearms tatted, I had up here tatted, I had one on the front of my neck right here, and I think I had, like, I forget where else I had tatted. But, yeah.
It's hard to keep track at this point. I'm very sure.
Actually, yeah.
So let's go to 06. That's when things really started for you on a public level.
Yeah, more on like a mainstream level, and, you know, just getting out there, more people noticing my name. I signed to Warner Brothers in 06, so a lot of people who weren't familiar with the work that I was putting in before then, they got to, you know, at least just hear my name and be like, oh, okay, that's Wiz Khalifa, you know what I'm saying? That's the year I graduated high school, too, so it was, like, real big for me, you know what I mean? I was, like, real young, just fresh in the game and learning a whole lot, you know what I mean?
You got on Rolling Stone also, which was, that had to be a crazy thing for you to experience at such a young age. And did you think that things would pop off a lot sooner after that than it really did?
No, not at all. My whole career, I just never had any expectations. Like, I don't expect too much from anything that happens. Like, you know, I put in hard work, so only thing I really expect is for people to recognize that hard work and for it to get me to the next level and set me up where I could work harder and do more. So, if something doesn't pop off as fast as, you know, everybody might expect, to me, it's cool because I'm still grinding and just setting up for the next thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and when you don't have expectations in the industry, that just lets you not get let down.
Disappointed.
Yeah, exactly, because there's a lot of stuff that could disappoint you and, you know, hurt your feelings, and you be thinking it's one way and it turn out a totally different.
So you had your deal with Warner Brothers. You got out of it recently in July. You got out of that, correct? Do you think? How do you feel about the time spent there? Was it time wasted? Were there things that were a lot more negative than positive? How do you feel about that whole situation overall?
It was definitely a completely positive situation, 100% positive. I put in a lot of work over there at Warner. I met a lot of people. I learned a lot of things just about the industry and, you know, just about being an artist. An artist and having a movement and a brand and stuff like that, and how important that is to really stand around. Because even over there at Warner, I seen a lot of artists come and go. You know, my short time that I was there. There were people who were there for maybe 2 or 3 years before me who were fighting to get off, and there was people who had just signed, and, you know, there was nothing going on with their project as well. So it wasn't a bad thing at all. Like, when I did sign over there, everybody was interested in what was going on, and there was a lot of effort in the project. But like I said before, it just took a little bit more, you know, work to get it out there. So I think that's why it was harder for them to, you know, pay attention to it as much.
So Deal or No Deal, that's what's coming up next.
Tomorrow, November 24th, man. If it's don't drop today, whenever 24th.
After November 24th, on November 24th, go get it.
Yeah.
But so Deal or No Deal, what are we gonna hear on that? What's the whole premise? What's the story about?
Deal or No Deal is really like a bunch of songs that we did during the time that I was on Warner. They're really good songs, and we were working on the album over there at that time. So it's just a bunch of those put onto a CD. I did some new songs. We hooked up with Frank 151 and hiphop because they really wanted to do a project just after us leaving Warner. They're like, man, well, we want to keep the buzz going, and we would really be happy to, you know, do this project with you. And originally they wanted to put some, you know, just like the best of Wiz Khalifa, and I'm like, well, we could just, you know, make some new songs and put some unreleased material out and make it like a real thing, you know what I'm saying? So we did that. I got back in the studio and did about 4 or 5 new songs, and it's just like a real studio feel. Like, all the songs are really well put together. It's like a complete project, and it's I would say it's more of a prelude to like my real big album.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, when after this, where are we going with the actual full project that's going on at one time? What is that going to be like?
You're going to see that build up, you know what I'm saying? The build up is just going to be crazy, and it's going to fall right into place. Like, where people want to see me at, the things that people want to see me doing, radio, videos, cameos, just, you know, all that mainstream stuff all over again. It's just going to be doing that, you know what I mean? And the setup is just going to take it to where it needs to be.
Last question, always the last question. Where can everybody find you and contact you?
Hit me up on Twitter.com/Real Khalifa, MySpace.com/Wiz Khalifa, YouTube.com/TaylorGangENT. I know that's a lot of backslashes and .coms, but just work with me.
Google too. Google.
Yeah, Google, iTunes. Hit up iTunes, get that Deal or No Deal. It's number 12 on the hip hop charts right now, so help it get to like number 2, 3, something like that, you know? 1, maybe. But them is the best place to hit me. I'm on my Twitter all the time. I'm always talking to my fans and, you know, responding to them. So I'm out here, man.
So Goodfella Radio Hip Hop Series QS Wiz Khalifa. We out of here.
Goodfellas, bitch. Bitch. Be like, fast cars with bad broads in them. I proceed to smoke these trees and stuff piles of cheese in my 501 denims. Where they bullshit begins, I end them. And no, I don't hear these niggas tripping, closing the cabin door and revving up on my engines. The weed is rolled, the drink is cold. To you it's new, to me it's old. CEO, these off-brand niggas ain't really the future, Miss Cleo. How when I approach, been known to leave weed crumbs and trails of sour D smoke. The irony of suckers who predicted the plane's landing, now they want to fly with me. I just let it boost my confidence, roll another joint, drop pilot shit. Biatch.
If you with it, get in. What you sippin'? Hit it out of the park, that's if you pitchin'. First you look at me wrong like I don't know.